friends. Hello. Welcome. You have joined us on The Good, the Bad, and the Hustle. So what is this? This is a podcast. This is our very first one. I'm a little nervous.
Me too. Not kidding.
So what is this about? This is for entrepreneurs. And our goal here is to have real, honest conversations about the good, the bad, and the hustle. And so with that comes ideas of growth, ideas of, what to do differently and learnings. And I think the idea here is all of this with a bit of sense of humor. Because, it is daunting, this whole world of entrepreneurs. But our end goal, the next couple episodes, we're going to chat about ourselves and just kind of give you some insights that we believe are valuable. And then from there, we're going to be interviewing other people. So the idea is that we're going to bring to you different entrepreneurs from all different types of businesses. So we're talking everything from the arts to business to the trades. We have a stack of people.
And even some actors and how they got started.
Yeah.
Because it's all selling yourself, right?
Right. So it's this idea of the good, the bad, the hustle, what it's all about. So
who are we? I'm Tiffany and this is Jennifer. And we've been at this for over 25 years. And
not the podcasting
Not
part.
the podcasting. Our daytime business, which is Clever Marketers. And we've been helping entrepreneurs for around 25 years. And we help them with everything from coaching to consulting. And we've devised courses so that we can walk people through step by step if they so choose that way to go instead of us coaching them through it. And we really feel like that adds value. The coaching and the consulting will really add value to you because I know when starting out a business, because it was like this for us, it's really difficult. And you're not sure. There's a lot of to-dos on your to-do list. And it really is helpful to talk to people who've been through it and figure out, how do I do it? What's the process? Do I need a strategy? What should I be doing first, right?
And that's a good point. Like, it could be you're starting a business. It could be you're deep in the trenches of a business, right? And I think those people that come on will have both experiences. So you'll kind of feel it from, this is what I can anticipate down the road. And, here's what's applicable to me today.
Here's what we're doing now. Yeah. And that's what we're hoping to... with this podcast, we're hoping that you're going to get some answers and some good advice along the way.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're excited for it because we just have to get our head wrapped around this. What are we going to bring you guys? And so I think Tiff and I were talking. I'm going to let Tiff take a start on kind of the idea of today's podcast is specific to how to find a good business partner. So what to look for in a good, business relationship and how to devise that. And it was funny because we were actually on a podcast. We were hosts on a podcast
We were.
with our friend David. And we actually, funny enough, had a very similar topic. And it was really interesting because we wanted to share this with you because it's our history on how we kind of came together. And I think our experiences on building a good partnership. And that is kind of the good. So we're going to talk about the good today. And next week, we were going to talk a little bit about our struggles and pivots along the way. So we'll get there. But today, we really wanted to get a little understanding of kind of who we are and what we're about. And so choosing a partner, ours was hysterical, how we met. And I guess we did choose each other. We technically chose each other because we were in the exact same moment of what's next. And I think that's probably a big question a lot of you are at too. Like, what's next, right? Am I going to give up my job? Am I going to, do this part-time? And that's the conundrum we were at. But we happened to be sitting on a beach with our children who were 2 at the time. Not even that.
Yeah, not
they were
even
on mat
2.
leave. They were on mat leave. So they were
still
1.
They're babies.
Oh my God, they were tiny. And we were sitting there and I'm like, we were introducing, getting to know each other. And here I was, and I had just, was potentially looking to go out on my own. And we'll get more into our backgrounds later, but, I had been working as the director of marketing at Roots and Shoppers Drug Mart. So to give up these big roles and potentially go on your own is scary, right? Like, it's like, what am I doing? Like, what am I giving up to do this? But best decision I ever made. So we'll just put it out there. This is why we're doing this, because it is all good. And I would never change a thing.
Well, we enjoy it.
Even
It's
our struggles.
fun, right?
Exactly. I wouldn't give up a thing. So we were at the same crossroads. And Tiff, you were at the government.
Yep, I was working for the government, the Ministry of Natural Resources, and I had my son, and I was really feeling like, you know, well, I guess the thing is while I was on mat leave, everybody was asking me to build them a website and do business.
Right.
So I was working sort of on mat leave.
Yeah.
And I was doing it sort of cheerily along and, thinking, would I like to quit my job
Right.
and do this all by myself?
Yeah.
And, it's scary and it's daunting. And I don't know if it's the hormones or what's going on. But I was like, oh, wow. And so when you mentioned that you were thinking of leaving your job, and I said, oh, my God, I'm in the same place.
Yeah.
I was thinking of leaving my job. And you're a marketer, and I'm more operational, like
That's true.
web and
Programming.
search engine optimization and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, they kind of fit.
Yeah.
And that's when you said, well, I actually know someone who was talking to me about, maybe hiring me. Remember, that was back with Sky Service.
Oh, right. That was my first big client when I went out on my
ball
own.
rolling.
And by the way, just so you know, the business plan I put together, none of it panned out. It was totally different than what I put together in terms of where I thought the business was going to come from, right? But that's where the networking and not giving up and just saying, okay, so I got to pivot here and figure out where I'm going to get it from. But you're right. It was Sky Service. It was Marshall Miles. Marshall, kudos to you out there. Our buddies still to this day. And he took us on to do some work for Sky Service. And that was our first big gig kind of on our own.
Yep,
you're right.
And that was sort of what made the decision. I went and I interviewed to get the position because you had already been hired by Marshall because you'd worked together before. Yeah. And I thought, okay, if this pans out, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Like, is this maybe this will help me make a decision.
Right. And give us confidence that we can go out and do this. And then
can I do it?
And by the way, big lesson I learned along the way was that, if you are going out on your own for the first time, you have to have multiple clients. You can't just have one client, because I did, and the government and taxes did not like that. So if you are starting out and you want to be a consultant, then you want to have multiple clients. But if you're starting your own business, that's different. But we kind of still had our own businesses at that point. So we were merged as our...
We still had jobs. Yeah, we just hadn't...
Yeah.
We hadn't left them yet.
No, we had left them.
Oh, did we leave them by that?
Yeah, we had gone, and we were giving up.
A long time ago.
But we hadn't created clever marketers yet, right? We were still kind of independently saying, okay, well, I can bring this to the table, you bring this to the table, and we were combining. And you have a good point when we were talking to David, is that you're bringing complementary skills. And so when we're talking about finding a good business partner, that's what you're looking for too. Someone that, can bring skills. I don't know how to do programming. Like that to me is foreign. Whereas, I do the upfront strategy part. So
for us, it fit because marketing is the umbrella. And you do all the umbrella stuff, right? And then programming and all that kind of stuff falls in as a tool. Those are all tools that you need in order to market.
Well said.
So, that's how we kind of came together. And it was good that we didn't have the same skill sets, because I feel like why would we both want to do something with the same skills? We had complementary skill sets, and I think that's so helpful.
Well, you get to know us. I'm the bully of the group.
Oh, and I just take it, right?
No.
I'm just kidding.
She's the empathetic one. So, but you do have to figure out, and that's part of a business partnership, is that we complemented each other with the skill set. Yeah. But also, one thing we wanted to say is, when you're starting a new business, if you can start with something you're good at and you're familiar with, it makes it that much easier, because we weren't learning something new. Like we talked about, should we make bracelets? And
we thought of lots of
kind
things.
of ideas. But
it is true. You really should do something that you have a passion for, because it makes it so much more exciting. And
well said.
And you have a chance because you know that you're interested in it. You might think you'll pick up doing whatever, selling clothes in a store, and then you get into it and you're like, I don't really like it. Yeah. I'm not really interested. So whatever you have that you're good at already.
Yeah, and passionate about. Well said.
Passionate, yeah. Go for it. I really do think that's your spark that gets you going.
And on that note, when we're talking about finding a business partner, right? Like you also like one of you should have, maybe he's got better financial skills and
Mm-hmm.
that can pull that, and someone else has got more communication skills, right? So it's also figuring out do what you're good at in that partnership too. Like find someone again
Yes.
that enhances what you do. But at the same time, there are things that neither of us did and we learned to do
We're
it.
not good at the money part, but that's where you pull in other people. I pulled in, my husband's good at accounting, so
Yeah,
we pulled
fair
in
enough.
him to, to give us advice and to tell us, and we took that advice.
Yeah.
We both know that's not our strength,
Yeah.
and even with when Jen was saying that you need to have more than one client, there are times that we had so many clients. There's no way, from an operational standpoint, I
Yeah.
couldn't do all those things. So then I learned that I had to hire freelancers. And they each had specialties. So
Yeah.
some people were animators, and some people were good at search engine optimization. Someone else was like an amazing coder. So I pulled in those people and relied on those people and learned to manage those people, because I could not have done my end of the business all by myself. Even though I was passionate
Fair
about
enough.
it and I liked it, you need to find people who can help you get through it, because it's a lot.
And it's interesting because you're saying that here are all these people that you work with, but none of them would be a business partner.
No.
So again, it goes back to like, yes, you can work with people and you can hire people that are going to, provide a great service and a great
Yes.
contribution to your business, but they may not be a business partner, right?
No, and I think freelancers aren't interested in being a business partner. So I think that's the other
that's true.
thing.
Some of them,
They
yeah.
like, in my end of the business, they like to, work from home, have people offer them work
Yeah,
and do the
they
work.
don't want to take the risk of owning the company
Because
and
there
being
is
part of
some
that.
risk. And that's what we get into in the next, it's the good, the bad, and the hustle.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, but funny enough you say that, because there's also, when you talk about complementary, like you're good at getting new business. Like I'm social, I'm outgoing, but I'm not good at putting myself out there to say we've got this
Right.
great business. You are.
I enjoy that.
You love that.
That's a
and it's
part
perfect
I
because
like.
she gets the business and then I kind of go in and, what do you call me? I'm the closer. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is the
Yes.
plan. This is what we're going to get. This
Then
is our
that's the
experience.
marketing again, right?
Yes.
Where, you're the higher up strategy, as I would say. And then, I'm more of like managing the timelines and
Yeah.
managing how everything's going to get done
Yeah.
in that sort of way.
But
Which complements, right?
Well, and it goes back to that, and it's also, it's not just in a business partner. It's you're taking on risk together, right?
Mhm.
And so it's got to be this complement of you both have the same end goals, and I think we've always had the same end goals,
Yes.
which is a big part of this in ensuring that. Okay, that if we want to do something different, that we're both, okay, that's just the puppy coming in. Hi, puppy. That it's those ideas of, if you're going to commit to something, that we're both committing to it together. So this podcast thing, right? Like, we're nervous about it, but we're both giving it a go. And it was, an initiative that you thought would be really good for us as a big thinker to say, hey, let's put it out there, our expertise. Whereas I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like,
Right. But
And
she's
so
the
it's-
teacher, and she enjoys
That's true.
talking. I'm a little more shy, I guess I would say, and don't love to sell myself, but I do like selling myself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird dichotomy, but I do think that what we're going to offer you as our audience is we're going to bring in people who have specialties and have interesting businesses.
Yeah.
And where you are stuck, we're hoping that we can get you
Mhm.
unstuck with the information that we provide you.
Exactly. And I think it's that inspiration that, okay, other people in the same boat as me. And, you
Right.
may have been trying to figure out who's just a good business partner to work with, and, what is someone I'm willing to take risk with, and, how do we complement our skills? So you've got to think about all those things. And it's really, it really comes down to chemistry, though.
Yeah,
Like,
we have good, easy
good-
chemistry.
I know, and we're friends too. So I think we even started almost as friends as the business evolved. And you have to keep that in mind, because it's not easy along the way,
It's
right?
not easy, but I do also think that we're both risk takers.
Yeah,
And
fair
I
enough.
never thought of myself as a risk taker until you start getting into it and you're like, okay, I have to learn all about something brand new that I've never even delved into because my client's asking for this and I've got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to do it. And
Yeah.
the same for you.
Yeah.
Like there's been lots of times where you're like, oh my God, I have to rethink this because I haven't done this kind of marketing before or
Look
whatever.
We built a
right?
website and I figured out how to use it. So that was like my big
Yes,
aha moment.
You're
was
able
that
to add content.
because I was
It's
always
amazing.
like, can you do this for the website? Can you please move this? And now I can do it myself. So like talk about empowerment, and part of your own business is that, right? It's
is.
empowering yourself and taking that leap and willing to do it in whatever format that looks like, and whether it's with a business partner or whether
Or you're
it's
on your own solo.
right? I actually think a lot of the people that we're going to have on are mostly solo entrepreneurs.
Probably that have built up teams or
And built
brick
up
and mortar
businesses.
and stuff like that.
But we'll have to find a combination of everyone.
For for entrepreneurship though, I do think there's a safety in having a partner
I do.
when you're first starting out, and whether or not you stay partners, because I've run into people who've started a business with someone, they both ended up with different interests and sort of took on different parts or went on and did something else, but it wasn't because it was a bad partnership. They moved on.
Yeah.
So
you outgrow things too,
you outgrow
have
things.
to, and maybe you don't want to pivot together. Like we are lucky
Yeah.
because we've both done that together. We took on consulting, and then we both thought coaching, and we could do that together. And
we do some teaching,
and we love the teaching.
We do a little bit of everything, and the day-to-day more complexities of working with big corporations and stuff. We're kind of veering towards helping
Smaller
people
businesses
get it done rather than helping the big clients.
Yeah,
We
we've
loved
been there, done that.
doing that, but now we're ready for the smaller guy, like
Yeah.
the guy who wants to get started, or the guy who's stuck in his current business and doesn't know how to get ahead, or there's some kind of pain point or something that's stopping them.
Yeah.
That's what we're good at. We did that for big businesses, so we know that we'd be able to help.
And that's a good point. Like when we looked at it, we were like, okay, let's take all our big business knowledge and apply it to small businesses, right? So bringing like strategy and brand building and logo development, all this stuff to small businesses, and it's very rewarding. I will say that, and I think that's the big thing is that we're doing this because we want to help people. Like we've done that now, so now it's like, okay, what can we bring to you? And that's why it goes back to what's the purpose of this podcast, and it's literally to bring you this real honest conversations about getting unstuck and motivating you to keep going and not giving up. So it's kind of like we're going to be half business driven but half inspiration. It's going to be empowering. This whole idea is to listen to it and say, okay, I got this, I can do this. And maybe even like one of ours, we do like our step-by-step plan just to kind of say, here's the steps. I never thought of that. We have all this content on our website and our blogs, and maybe we do that too for some.
We have
we're
lots
brainstorming
of value that we can offer in different ways. And if anyone, comes across this video and has questions or anything, put
Reach
it in
out.
the comments. Reach out, because for sure we could gear a future podcast or bring in someone who's a specialist who can help you with your conundrum or wherever you're stuck. If we can't ourselves, but we have lots of tools up our sleeves. We have been at this a long time, and I think that you're going to find a lot of value from this, and
we hope so.
Hopefully have some fun.
Yes. We'll get more used to this. We'll get more comfortable. But overall, okay, so this week, we kind of wanted to introduce ourselves, what we're about. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit about really starting our business and how we've had to pivot a couple different ways along our path, and getting that unstuck, right? So what's that positive thinking and tools like that. So we're going to go there, and then we'll talk about trying new things. So lots to come, and we'll also, when we get this up and going, we will have a list of some of our guests that are up and coming, so you can kind of see what is in the pipe.
That's a great idea. We'll make sure that you're aware of who we're having
and what they're all about.
What they're going to talk about. So if you're interested before the podcast even starts about that entrepreneur, you can have a look.
Oh, you can ask
in
a
case
question
you have
too.
questions.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
See, we're on the fly here.
Well, it's been a lot of fun.
Cheers to number one. I need a drink to go with it. That might be next.
So we're looking forward to episode 2, and we hope you guys are having a great day.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, cheers.
Bye.